Welcome to another installment of Tag Me In, where the triple threat brain trust of tag go over the good, the bad, and everything in between in the world of professional wrestling. I, of course, am the unofficially official Lip Dizzle, joined with none other than the less than stealthy unicorn himself, Scuventude Rivera. Like that. I like the way you spun that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep the creative juices flowing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How's everybody out there doing tonight though?
I think they're doing good.
I think so
But
too.
you know who's doing better though?
Who's that? Who's that?
The ladies of the IWC, because
Ah,
we have, of course, the heartthrob of the IWC himself, Mr. Super Duper Ambassador of the IWCs,
especially the ladies that are
especially
within the
the
IWC.
ladies, ASMR community side of the IWC. Jaeger, bombastic, so fantastic that his own AEW Bay had to come and challenge Brit Baker for the strap.
Dynamite was just so much better this week.
We got a lot of development on AEW Dynamite.
There was
the
only
homecoming,
maybe
at least.
there was only maybe one thing of Dynamite I wasn't feeling, but we'll get to that when we get there.
I think we know what
Yeah,
it was.
I had some things I wasn't feeling either, but me personally, it was a better show than NXT, so I'm not complaining. I got a lot more out of Dynamite than I did NXT, so it's all good. But I will ask Scoop, we got any news, any scoops going on?
So I want to do the first time ever. I want to reach into another show.
One time.
You know, I want to reach into our NXT show, and I want to ask Jaeger, what are your thoughts on Ronda Rousey's comments? You know, Dizzle and I got a chance to discuss it. What were your thoughts with the whole Ronda Rousey and her comments?
You're talking about how if the fans had been cheering more for Bray Wyatt, or excuse me, the Fiend more than cheering we want beach balls.
I mean, I will read the statement again. It was, I seen you same fans chanting "We want Wyatt" last night, chanting "We want beach balls" over Bray Wyatt performing. If the WWE treated him like he was expendable, it was because of you ungrateful idiots did it first.
You know, there's a certain political phrase that's being passed around in the ether.
What's that? What you got?
That Ronda Rousey's kind of reminding me of, and the term is bootlicker.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what your game is by stepping to the side of being on the side of WWE creative here, but all I gotta say to Ronda Rousey is look at WWE's track record on who they've been letting go, and tell me that they have not been loved by their fans, and tell me that the Fiend was just not booked well these last few months, and tell me that his release was just not so much unexpected, but just, I mean, it's just we saw it coming with how they were booking him. We wanted him back, or at least a new incarnation of said Fiend. We wanted creative to do more with him, and they didn't. So the fans are justified entirely, in my view, to be cheering or chanting, "We want Wyatt."
Well, and I also even use the excuse with Dizzle that take Damian Priest at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Damian Priest being a Puerto Rican wrestler. Let's say in 2 weeks he come out there dressing like Scarface, talking like Scarface, Pablo Escobar. People gonna be like, "What the fuck is this? We don't want to see
Exactly.
this with Priest. We don't want to see this. No, 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 no. Get this off. Boo, boo, not boo the man, but boo in this gimmick. We don't want that."
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So, but I
But
think ultimately it just comes down to is that I see Ronda's comments from both sides. Don't get me wrong, but
no, you're fine.
at the same time, you can't you can't cap for a company who puts people in bad light.
Mm-hmm.
I
It'll be
mean,
different. It'll be different if WWE kind of operated on a sink or swim mentality.
Yeah.
But when they control everything so much,
yeah,
and it stifles the people and it stifles what people can do, then it's like we really don't want to see this.
Yeah.
We don't want to see
exactly.
this. So
I mean, no offense to Rousey, but her complaint or her tweet or whatever you want to call it kind of falls on deaf ears when A, as soon as she hit the ring, she was booked to the moon, and then B, she's not
that's exactly
exactly,
what that's exactly what he said. She was booked
and
with
then
three. Well,
yeah,
if you want to count Stephanie as top tier, but she was booked in the ring with three Hall of Famers in the WWE.
yeah,
Those
Mm-hmm.
three are three Hall of Famers, with Triple H and Kurt being Hall of Famers for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
But you were booked at Wrestle. Your first match was WrestleMania, and you was
mm-hmm.
booked in a tag team match with Kurt Angle as your partner, Trips and Steph as your opponents.
And I mean, to only throw a little bit of shade here, but what's her relevance to WWE right now? Like, she ain't wrestling. What is she? Is she in?
Honestly,
Is
I
she in
don't.
the other show? Is she on that reality show at all?
She's on
No.
nothing. She's on nothing. I think
Exactly.
she's technically still signed.
I believe she
So
still is under contract.
so under contract but not doing anything. Cool.
No, because she's pregnant at the moment. But
Okay.
yeah,
So were the Bellas,
that
but
is
or
true.
I
But
mean
don't
not.
forget, Rousey hasn't been there since she lost that triple threat match at WrestleMania.
So any complaint from her, to be honest, just falls on my deaf ears. I
Understandable. I'm not gonna lie, understandable.
I'll look at that and be like, okay,
Hmm.
I like that. Okay. So
Makes sense.
there you have it, people. If you watch both shows, you got our answers last show, and you got Jaeger's answer this show. Now let's talk about competition for a second.
Mm.
Um, Vince McMahon recently spoke out and basically said he doesn't see AEW as competition.
Well, hmm.
Well, an AEW wrestler decided to comment on Vince's comment, and his comment basically translates to, "We don't see y'all as competition either. We didn't see NXT as competition." But at the same time, the same person said Vince was well in his right to say that. What else you think he was going to say? So, but just like how they don't see us as competition, we don't see them as competition. And of course, that wrestler being Le Champion, Chris Jericho.
Sounds like something Jericho would say.
I mean, yeah, he's about the mouthiest person on Twitter with that stuff. So
Yes, he is. So I guess your thoughts on both companies not seeing each other as a competition. I am going to go with Jaeger first on this one.
I see that as believable. I mean, Vince. Nah, I won't say it to that extreme. With Vince, let's just say in his own world right now. Um, I could see how he just doesn't see anybody or anything as like a viable threat or any kind of competition against his product.
Mm-hmm.
And for Jericho to say that AEW doesn't see WWE as competition is, yeah, it's accurate in its own right, because AEW does a thing that honestly WWE probably wouldn't touch, like with how they run their show, how they book their show, the people they sign. You could argue that you could counter that with the WWE people that have been signed, but as you pointed out in a or in a previous show, Scoot, it's not like these people who have known wrestling all their life are just going to retire from wrestling after they leave WWE or something.
Mm-hmm.
So these are people that are good wrestlers and they're looking for a job, and hey, AEW is the one to give it to them.
Sure.
Yep. Mr. Deasley, what you got on it?
I mean, it's pretty much the same old, same old. I mean, us as fans, we see it and we know what the deal is. And Cody Rhodes, I mean, granted, we'll get into it later on in his oddball timing promo. He pretty much alluded to it. He had basically stated that they see us as an alternative, but that's not the case, because we are in fact competition. So, and it's true, because it's gone more. It's gone more so beyond the fact of it being like a Wednesday night war where it was NXT and AEW, even though they tried to make it unofficially official. Shout out to Lip Dizzle.
Hey.
But when you get into the point to where now they're competing with demographics with again against Raw. Who's to say it wouldn't be the same thing had they decided to put Rampage or the AEW Friday shows up against SmackDown rather than just putting it, right after. And it's and I find it funny on that end that they actually continue to do that, because I think it's almost a ploy for them to kind of just wait till they get more attention, especially with Rampage on the horizon, to wait for them to actually play that shit, and then all of a sudden end up bringing that time slot down to the time that SmackDown's going on, and see how they stack up against SmackDown. Because there's no what's the word, what's the term I'm looking for?
Right.
Damn it. I've lost it. I've lost it.
Leave it, it'll come back.
It will. Conflict of interest. There we go. Thanks, Jaeger. Conflict of interest with football on Friday, because it's only Thursday and Monday. So they'll eventually come down on the time slot for SmackDown.
I wouldn't be surprised if they move it to like 8 o'clock in the future.
That's what I was leaning towards.
Where it'll compete with the second hour of SmackDown.
I like that. And they'll pull that WCW shit where that first hour is jam packed with a lot of stuff, and then they end up getting into the second.
Jaeger.
He stepped on the crown jewels.
But yeah, that's my 2 cents on that, man. I just
so to kind of chime in and to kind of top it off. So listening to Cornette, he said back in the day, I forgot who it was in the office that used to almost every Tuesday used to give Vince a report of what's going on in the world of wrestling. That was outside of WWF. You can't sit here and tell me that's not happening, even potentially on both sides. There is somebody reporting to somebody on both sides that WWE/NXT is doing this, that AEW, Impact, and wherever is doing this. So whether they see each other as competition or not, it sounds good to say it, but at the end of the day, it's competition. It's competition.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Because I mean, they even had that leaked footage of showing somebody in Gorilla where they have a monitor that's showing AEW Dynamite during during the time that they're airing WWE. So
Yeah,
they're watching the competition for
yeah.
sure. So and AEW is watching WWE. I mean, there's no surprise there.
But yeah,
I
so
mean, come on, like let's not act like they're not watching Raw and kind of laughing at it.
right.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it and was shaking my head and just
Yeah, it was very just like it was very like how am I watching this?
I don't know why people do or anything, but that's just my 2 cents.
yeah. I agree. I agree. What else
But
you got, Scoop?
That's it. That was really
Oh,
it. It was more of getting Jaeger's thoughts on that Rousey situation and just getting y'all thoughts on how them not seeing each other as competition.
mm,
You know.
fair enough.
Oh,
Well, Dynamite's homecoming back at Daly's place.
Yep. Yeah.
they said it'll be
Man.
a long time before they're back at Daly's place. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Fair enough. I
Unless the
mean,
world goes crazy again.
unless it goes crazy again. I enjoyed the show again. The fans make these Dynamites what they are
yeah,
considerably, and I think the way that they structure their shows each week is by design to affect that because granted there are some low points within each show, but I think every week everything is placed in an amazing spot to where everything tends to make sense. So uh which of course starting with Jericho's, which I'm here's the thing about these labors of Jericho, they're not in the same spot every week. They are
Mhm.
completely peppered out, and it's just like I didn't realize how much I appreciated it because it's funny how they booked this match this week. Because for those of you who used to watch WCW Nitro, any of the cruiserweight spots as far as the matches were always in the first hour or the very beginning of each Nitro
Mhm.
because they
hmm
would start off every Nitro with those matches because before they even got into like the amazing segments they would get into for like the main event picture, they would focus on the actual wrestling and the in ring stuff.
Hell, that's damn
Um,
near almost how they started pay-per-views.
yes, and
yeah,
so with this, we had Jericho going up against one of his old cruiserweight rivals in a returning Juventud Guerrero. I didn't expect much from this match as far as from a high flying capacity. I think this is
Mhm.
more for nostalgia's sake and to see these two in the ring, which is
It
what we got.
was.
Um, but I think the one thing I was waiting to see within this match was the fact of how Jericho was going to pull off what he was going to pull off as far as having a top rope move to win this match, and they did play into it because even with Aubrey Edwards going throughout the match, and anytime Jericho went for a pin, she would let him know. It's like, nope, nope, you have to make sure you do it
Exactly.
off the top rope, which I like that. Um,
yeah.
uh, MJF on commentary. It's good to see him and his back and forth feud with Skivone,
Mhm.
and to see that
Actually,
shit going
damn near the whole commentary team.
right.
Yeah, right.
Um, but yeah, him with his gripes with Skivone and his gripes with RB Edwards as a referee, I love every bit of that. That made this even more so. Very well. But the one thing that did it for me was Jericho's picture perfect Judas effect off the top rope.
Yes.
That was beautiful.
I
Because the
don't know if
thing
you can
was
get it.
that the whole time I was wondering what was Jericho going to do. I thought he was going to go for the lion salt
Hmm.
the way it was looking at first. I'm like, technically, it's a
hmm
top rope move if you did it off the top rope. But then the fact that he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna make sure I win this shit," and
and
just
that's funny because I thought when he got the walls of Jericho off the top rope, I thought
I
that was
thought
going to
that
be
was
the
gonna do
finish
it. Yeah.
because I was like, oh well, I mean technically he did get off the top rope, so yeah. But all in all, it's still cool. Um, we got the Judas effect. I'm happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're stacking the deck against Jericho even more with him going against Wardlow, and I guess MJF is going to be the referee.
Yes.
So
I think how they're
Finally,
going to do this, if I'm going to try to guess what's going to happen, some way and how Max is going to get knocked out, and Aubrey is going to be the one that's going to come out and make the count for Jericho to just push that whole thing further.
makes sense.
Yeah,
That's
I'd be down.
that's how I'm gonna think is gonna play out. That something's gonna happen to where Max is gonna take a ref bump, and Aubrey is gonna be the one that's gonna come out and make the count for Chris.
I'll step it up. I say he gives. I say that Jericho goes for the Judas effect. Wardlow dodges, and then
And hit Max.
Yeah, Max is the one that takes that.
So help me. Is MJF labor 5, or he has to go through 5 matches, then MJF?
No, I believe his fifth labor is MJF.
MJF, okay.
See, I thought it was the 5 matches and then MJF at All Out.
Well, the only reason why I asked because MJF had made references to it, and he made it sound like that he was the 5th labor. So I was making sure that it was, if it's 5 matches, then MJF, or is MJF the 5th match?
Well, I mean, if MJF is the 5th labor, then it's going to make the Houston show all the better, unless they decide to not do that for the Houston show.
Right.
I would be a little miffed if they do that for the Houston show, or they yank that.
He has to survive 5 labors. So yeah,
5 matches. Okay.
Ooh, so the 5th labor should be in the Houston show. I want to see this.
Yeah.
I'ma be there.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Can't
wait. But yeah, with this one, yeah, Wardlow's gonna run roughshod on Jericho. The 5th one, I can't even fathom what that would be. Because it's you know what, we'll wait for next week.
It finally makes sense. This new move that Wardlow's been using, his finisher.
That
F10,
the one
the
from
F10
the rope,
or the top rope. Modified GTS.
Yeah. So I can't remember the name of it either. But he's won. What is it now? 16 matches with that move, and it's all been decided as a knockout.
Interesting.
So I understand now why they've finally been like throwing in that, that's his 16th match that he's won by knockout with that move, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Like they've been really showcasing him and doing that on Dark and Elevation.
That makes sense. Especially if they're really trying to get it over as this devastating finish, like a Go-Go's kidney punch.
Yeah.
Or a Go-Go. From there, we get a backstage segment with 2/3 of Death Triangle and Alex A.
Oh yeah.
Stating that Death Triangle should be there, but they're not because conveniently Pac had travel issues. And at first, when they started saying, I thought they were griping against Pac, but then when Alex A jumped in, he was like, it's convenient that seems to happen. Now, who do you think would have done that? And of course, right by design, good old Andrade El Idolo walks up and says, "Where's my thank you? Where's my thank you for the limousine? Wait, I'm sorry. I have to stop for a second because I have to give one of these because I don't know if I'll ever be able to give this again, but because thick thighs save lives and thick Dasha gets a but Dasha though.
Dasha, though.
So
But but yeah, but he comes in and he says, children, niños, where's my thank you? It's like if you if and so and then of course Chavo comes in and he's like, you can continue to have this, the nice rides, the limousines, the travel, all of that, extravagant things. Just
first class.
come work for Andrade. And then Phoenix chimes in, says, we don't work for anybody. We don't work for you. We work for nobody. And then Penta gets on the mic and he says a mouthful, but then Alex says, Penta says,
No.
no. um,
One thing I noticed about this, though, and I'm sure y'all did too, Penta was looking pretty sharp.
Yeah,
It was.
it was.
Little more along the uniform lines of Mr. Andrade there.
I knew he was about to say that.
The moment. So I think I've said it on the podcast, but the moment that the moment Andrade made that what's the word I'm looking for? Suggestion offer. The moment he offered that the Lucha Bros join him, I was like, how long are they going to stretch this out? Because this looks like this is most likely going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that way Pat can definitely go ahead and focus on being the solo superstar he's meant to be. That's going to be, I have a feeling when this happened, this is what's going to set Pac off, and he's going to be mini Miro.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm. That's interesting. That's interesting because you would see that they'd be a good shoe-in for future trios champions for when those belts finally get revealed or become a thing. But I can't lie, I see this happening as well because just by how Chavo even said, don't worry, they'll come around. They'll come around.
And
So
don't know if y'all catch these, but Lucha Bros most recently wrestled on Elevation or on Dark, and every time they wrestle, and this has been going on for the past couple of weeks or since Andrade has been looking for them, he wants to come out to the ring, and Andrade does the nice slow deal. He takes off the watch, he takes off like the tie if he has one. He takes off the nice jacket, and he makes his way down the ramp. Like first time, he made his way like halfway down the ramp, and then Chavo stops him. This week, him and Chavo get to the ropes. Like they're about to try and fight Lucha Bros and Pac and Alex A. And then, as Andrade is about to cross that line, Chavo's like, "Not yet, not yet." Like, so I don't know. I don't know how much longer this build's going to be, but it looks like it's going at the pacing of whatever Dark or Elevation put it as.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And of course, they had another segment with Dasha as well, Andrade and Chavo bringing out the fuck is his name again? Because Fuego del Sol,
the Lucha from Alabama,
who I gave a eulogy for when he got his soul taken from by Malachi Black. But now he's just getting taking L's and getting his spirit lifted
Well,
in the wrong way.
once your soul once your soul gets taken out of you, you just become an empty husk of a man. And you saw the way he was getting ragdolled.
Yeah,
Like
just
I
Oh,
don't know. Should I have felt more bad for Fuego or more bad for that garage door? Cause gee, like
I mean, I Andrade still never got his shoe shine.
no, he didn't.
you know what? I'd be surprised, or I wouldn't be surprised if by next week you got Fuego in a suit, like, or some kind of a shoe shine outfit, like
Mm-hmm.
actually putting the work in on those
He'll be
shoes.
Andrade's unofficial stable Brandon Cutler.
Yep.
Ooh,
Interesting. But yeah, from there we get, especially as I alluded to the whole trios tag titles, we get Moxley finally reuniting with Darby Allin in a match again with Eddie Kingston, and it's funny with these three, their dynamic reminds me of like three brothers
Mm-hmm.
who just
yeah.
go with like it's like Mox is the older, Kingston is like the middle, and then of course Darby's like the younger, spunky brother who just gets into shit. And their dynamic reflects that. And of course they went up against Daniel Garcia
Hey,
and
wait. Hey guys, can we appreciate to the long running fans of this podcast, even if you're new, you can always go back. Can we appreciate the fact that Everrise has transcended shows,
first off, here, here
and now
here's
the
here,
2.0?
here's here hold on. Here's what we're
Can
not
we
gonna do.
appreciate this for a
We're
second?
we're not gonna appreciate Everrise because again, look, fuck Everrise.
I don't know, man.
We're
They
not
were
we're not we're
they were
not we're not
wearing
we're
on
not
you.
we're not doing this. We're not just because
I
they
think.
were just
Look,
because they got
I'm just
released.
saying it
I think.
transcended.
I think
They,
they were
Look,
a few more weeks away from finally turning you over,
I
man.
think
no, because
so.
we're not gonna do this whole parallel NXT AEW
It
universe thing
was.
with Lip
It
Dizzle and
happened.
Everrise
Did
because it
It
you?
doesn't matter
happened.
because at the end of the day I'm still gonna say fuck Never Rise because that's what it is. But you have to understand this. I cannot say no to 2.0 because I'm a 2.0 bro. This right here is how you book this tag team. They have
Wait,
fucking
wait, wait,
potential.
wait. What the fuck just happened? Wait, whoa. Wait a minute.
2.0, bro. You heard it here first,
Wait a
folks.
minute. What just happened here?
This right here, these two, these
I think
two,
I'm on drugs right now.
these two came out. Not see, and it's funny because they came in and they said, you know, they are underutilized talent. And the good thing about free agency is that you can go wherever you want to go. Mm, mm, that's good shit. And then when they came out, it's like they were just fired up. I like this. I like this. I like this for the tag division. I like this for Dark. I like this for Elevation. I like this for Rampage. I like this for some parts of Dynamite. I like the fact that they came out and they challenged the top dogs of AEW.
Yes,
This
it did.
makes all the sense in the world. Again, I will say it again. I cannot say no to 2.0 because I myself am a
What is happening?
2.0 bro.
What is happening right now? Like this
But
is
but just
kind
just
of
just just
bizarre
just
world
just
that we
just
in
for the
right now.
just for the record, fuck Everrise.
I get that, but what just happened?
AEW happened. AEW happened.
I'm not gonna lie. Uh,
I
formerly
think.
Matt Martell, I can't remember his new name, Matt something. Lee. his whole "do you want to take a swing at me" thing that's going to get over.
Yeah.
It's going to get over.
Put it on a t-shirt right now.
Oh no, it was. I think wasn't it on that gear, or it was on a t-shirt. I think
it might have been actually, yeah. But I have an argument for Mr. Dizzle.
Okay.
Could we not just say that 2.0 are the Everrise variants that we like?
No. It is. It is.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Hey,
well, hold on. Spoiler, in a sense, for Loki. Yes, it is.
Look.
Yes, it is.
All right, fine. They are some type of variants, but they are. Nope. I'm sorry. Nope. I stick by it. See, they are the original, and the ones from NXT are the variants. They are a lesser product of what 2.0 is, because I'm not going to sit here and disparage Matt Lee and Jeff Parker. We're not going to do that, because again, I'm a 2.0
bro. When it was Chase Parker and Matt Martell,
who
it was? Okay.
Who?
It was beef. It was beef then.
Who?
Okay.
This is the AEW side.
So let me talk to my bro Jaeger for a second.
Yeah, what's up?
So Jaeger. So
Yeah.
Matt Lee and Jeff Parker,
yes,
suddenly became new individuals because they left NXT when they was unceremoniously fired from NXT. They became new individuals. That wasn't the word I was going to use. I had to catch myself. But they became new individuals. And you know what this secretly tells me, Jaeger?
Nope. Don't even go there.
This motherfucker was a fan the whole time. It was just suppressing his feelings.
No.
The whole time he was a fan, and he was just suppressing feelings.
No, I'm not. No, not at all. Because see,
I think he started liking those bits at the end, man.
I think he did too. I think those last few weeks before they got released, he was enjoying it, but he was secretly holding it on the inside. Because they did nothing differently.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
That they was doing on NXT than they did on AEW. Nothing different.
I can't really argue with you, Scoop.
Nothing different.
Yeah, you can.
I can. Can I?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Here's why you can argue with them, because see, they had a different aura about them on AEW with the way that this is how they made their debut. They didn't make their debut as fucking enhancement talent. They didn't make their debut as jobbers. They made their debut trying to make a name for themselves, even though they got their asses handed to them horribly. But they did it in a very entertaining way, to where it's like, you know what? I can see these guys on my screen almost every week.
Gotta admit, I did laugh when he was in front of Sting. He was like, "Oh my god, oh my god."
You see, that's entertaining. That right there, that's good shit.
Denial is a motherfucker, ain't it?
No, not at all. Because see, here's the thing that'll never change. Because if you put Malcolm Coal Miner in AEW, which he never will be, if you put that man somewhere over there, you know what he's gonna be? Exactly what he is on NXT. Because see, just like you can't fix stupid, you can't fix Malcolm Coal Miner.
Are you telling us this, or are you trying to make yourself believe this?
Oh no.
Sounds like he's telling himself this. That's never gonna happen. That's never.
Because these motherfuckers didn't just turn into a portal and turn into two different dudes. They're
the
same guys, just with different names.
No.
And now all of a sudden you are 2.0, bro.
Yeah, 2.0, bro. Because I can't say no to 2.0.
Okay.
I feel like that phrase is gonna bite you in the ass at some point.
You know what? But with all that being said, we might as well just roll on to the next match. We ain't even got nothing else to say.
But I'll leave it with this. No F's will be given for Malcolm Bivens.
Okay.
Period. I'm gonna put that on a shirt.
Now note, you were the one who brought his name up this time around, not me.
I did. So that way it can be established.
Obviously, he's starting to live rent free somewhere up here.
Oh, he's up there.
Oh yeah,
He's
he's
up
living
there,
rent free.
and we're gonna find a way to evict that motherfucker. But
Okay.
until then, we'll get on to the next thing.
Moxley, Kingston, and Darby totally went over. Like
yeah, that
totally went over.
If you were surprised, don't be. But I will give a shout out to Daniel Garcia for selling that damn paradigm shift because
yeah.
You know what? Just like how we talk about how with Miro with the game over, that should be Moxley's. That should be a way to introduce quote unquote the Death Rider to AEW when he hits that version of the paradigm shift. That should be the Death
Rider. I'd be all for that.
Wait. Well, hold on. Before we get off of this, it's been some weeks now. How we feeling about Wild Thing being a thing?
You know what? Crowd's kind of falling for it.
Yeah, with fans, it's fine. Like it's won me over a little bit, so it's cool. Anytime Mox and Kingsland come out together, I'm all for it regardless because they're dynamic even when they walk out on the entrance. Something as simple as that. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Just it's fine.
Okay. I think my favorite moment of the match was at the end after they won and everybody was in the ring, and then Moxley was getting Kingston's attention to go over there and dap up Sting, and if you look, you can see Moxley say, "This is motherfucking Sting here."
Definitely could.
But yeah,
I want to go back and watch
it. I wasn't expecting a 2.0, bro. This is what kind of? Wait a minute. hey, this motherfucker might be a variant.
Who?
You?
No.
You might be a variant. You know what? This could be your Nexus moment.
Nah.
You might be getting a knock on your door soon. The TVA agents might come holler at you.
Just because you got the lights changing color behind me doesn't mean things are any different. This is all. There's only one true lit Diesley. This guy. This guy.
Loki
something a variant would say.
That's what Loki said the same shit.
Yeah, sound like something a variant would say.
I mean, hey, it probably is something a variant would say, but you know who
get us all erased, man.
Nah, man. No, the real thing. Nah, the real thing can't get anything pruned because it's all au natural over here.
Okay.
But what was a natural disaster was this match between Christian Cage and the Blade.
See, this is another one that built up from Dark and Elevation because at first the rivalry was the Blade versus Orange Cassidy for a second.
Yeah.
And then you had Jurassic Express come in to help out Orange Cassidy for some reason. And then Christian Cage started fighting around with the Blade. And then apparently via Dark/Elevation, Tony Khan made it an official match for Dynamite.
Well, this is where my whole it being a disaster situation comes into play. It's not for the match itself. It's for what this match led to, is because how is it that Christian beating the Blade automatically lends him a chance to go after the AEW championship? Not to say that he doesn't have enough wins, but it's just for the fact that you beat the Blade and that renders you a championship.
Well, don't forget, it's just the wins and losses. Not so much who he beat. It was, don't forget, technically Hangman is not number one anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I think wasn't Christian number 2?
I don't think Christian was ranked.
I think Christian was 2. So it wasn't so much of who he beat. It was just getting the W.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So and it's just that extra W puts him in the number one spot since technically Hangman is not number one contender anymore.
Also, there's the fact that I don't think he's lost a match either. And then
Okay,
I
yeah,
don't
because
think Christian's
he's
lost yet.
showing these 5-0. So
Yeah. So
okay, all right, fair enough. Which that's
but
interesting.
I didn't really care for the match, to be honest with you, because anybody who's involved in the HFO can FOH. So
True
I'm
enough.
sorry.
yeah, folks, he put the H at the end of it.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry to Butcher, Blade, Bunny, Private Party, Hybrid 2.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you associated in this stable, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Christian Cage won with the help of Leila Hirsch, legit Leila Hirsch. So yeah, that's how that shit went. But from there we got a segment with Team Taz with the whole split promo with Brian Cage. I mean, yeah,
Brian Cage's promos is dumb to me, and I'm sorry. You keep harping on the fact you never wanted to be in Team Taz, you never wanted to be an FTW champion, but you spent the better part of a year doing it,
repping that belt.
You couldn't at no point be like, nah, fuck this ain't for me. You the biggest motherfucker in the group next to Hobbs, actually before Hobbs, and you was all Team Taz, but you got betrayed, and it was like, well, I never wanted to be in Team Taz. I never wanted the FTW championship. Like, but you spent the better part of almost a year with them. Basically, quote unquote, being the face of the stable, and now you saying all this, fuck out of here, Cage.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
It could have just been simply like, you know what, Taz, for the better part of a year, I gave you my career. You put that belt on me and you betrayed me. All right, I'm going to show you what happens when you betray Brian Cage. That should have been the promo.
Yeah, because the only thing that made sense to me, which I completely forgot about, was the fact that Taz threw in the towel when he went up against Moxley, and it was like, you cost me the AEW championship. I was like, okay, that's fine. You could have just basically left it at that and said from that point on, it's just been a fucking issue. Fine, I'm perfectly fine with that shit. Ricky Starks, no issue because he basically did his thing, saying how selfish Cage was and all this other shit. So no problem there. But yeah, this whole Brian Cage thing is just I'm more just like, okay, let's get this shit over with so we can nip this shit in the butt.
Perfectly good face turn, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's because they're start-stop shit, because it seemed like they just didn't know what they wanted to do, or they were just waiting for Ricky Starks to be healthy. Which kind of caused it to have that extended.
Every time they wanted him to cheat, he just said nah. So they had all the groundwork laid for him to be doing the face turn, and this betrayal to him could have been like, yeah, that's a straw.
Yeah,
but now we're at I guess I'm a tweener type of shit. Whatever.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, for real, because that's just.
But yeah, other than that.
Yeah, from there, we had a number of segments. First of which was Dark Order's backstage segment, where they were interviewing Dark Order, and well, I'll get to when we talk about the Elite, because there's a lot of nonsensical stuff there. But they had basically brought up the fact that they all lost the chance to go after the titles, and then Hangman comes in and he basically apologized to everybody, saying it was his fault that they lost their shot at the titles, and basically saying that it's better if they part ways. So basically, he wouldn't be a liability to them, and they didn't want to see him go, obviously, but Evil Uno kind of chimed in and was like, "Hey, let him go if this is what he wants. Let him do it because he got to figure out for himself."
Yep.
Simple. But before we get into the elites situation, Brit Baker came out to basically have her interview with good old her best friend Skivone, and as she was giving her address to everybody else, Red Velvet comes out surprisingly.
All right.
And
Wait. Of course, we about to get this thing going. So let's go ahead, especially Jaeger. So I'm gonna let Jaeger take the charge on this. So go ahead, Jaeger, and we'll follow your lead with our salute to Miss Velvet. So Jaeger.
So pretty much, I mean, it's not exactly surprising because Velvet has been on a winning streak, as she mentioned. She's won the last 7 matches straight.
Mm-hmm.
But she had just broke the top 5, reaching number 5. And in her promo on Dark, she pretty much said, "Britt Baker, you once called yourself a special order." And what is it? Well, special orders are reserved for the restaurants, the kitchen, and I'm here to tell you, ovens on, stoves on high. Like, I'll bring you your order. It'll be straight out your mama's kitchen.
Well, that's exactly where she walked right out of and into the ring, because she didn't waste any time stating how she wanted to challenge DMD. And of course, the crowd on cue ate that shit up. It don't matter who says it. If you say those letters in that order, they're going to be behind you regardless. Just to say that along with you, not behind you in general, because there were a few boos for Red Velvet when she came out.
Unfounded and blasphemous.
But of course, Britt Baker had her rebuttal and stated that she beat her. I think what did you say, in 3 minutes or something like that?
Back when she was developmental talent.
Well, see, that was Red Velvet's rebuttal. Is that
Yes,
you're sitting here gloating about beating me when I was a developmental talent. I've changed. I've changed a lot. I'm a completely different wrestler from back then. And then, of course, on cue, Britt Baker rebuttals and says, "Yeah, I too am a different wrestler from since then, because I am the AEW Women's Champion." And she began to accept that challenge. So, you know what? Fine. You want this? Well, fine. I'm going to put you on a big stage in my hometown on Rampage, and you'll get your moment. But it's not going to end the way she thinks it's going to end. So,
unfortunately,
with that being said, to Reba, Dr. Baker, and Red Velvet, a big old though to those 3 ladies.
Big though. So.
Big old though. Hey, Red Velvet though.
I like how she came out to Britt and said, "Red ain't your color."
Yes. And just you wait, people. There will be another though I will be giving out in this show.
I'll second that. I don't know if it's going to be the same though, but I'm definitely giving a throw to somebody.
There's going to be a though.
I might give more than one. We'll see.
There's going to be a though coming up later in this show.
We already got 4 of those. If we're going to count Dasha.
Yeah, 4 of those.
So I'm going to wrap these segments up together.
Right.
because we had
Sure.
the Elite backstage, and this is
God,
where
that segment lasted too long.
this is where the nonsense kind of ensued
Oh
because
my God.
Gallows and Anderson are still granting tag team title shots
To the Dark
to
Order.
Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, which
Yes.
begs the question, just like we did on NXT with the whole lover or leaver match. Why was the outcome of the match not the opposite way if you were still going to give,
Well,
even if it's partial?
they're granting them Impact titles, not matches against the Bucks.
I mean,
They're getting them
yeah,
Impact titles, not AEW titles.
Yeah,
I
that's the only
still
way I
think
looked at it.
fair enough. I
That's the
just
only way I looked at it. Yeah.
for me, I'm like, well, I I don't know. This it's man, I think because I'm just so confused at the booking itself, like
I-
because I don't know where they're going with this, and it's tripping me out because I'm trying to put on like my booker's cap, and I can't because I'm like they keep telling me that this match isn't happening at all out, but I know in my heart of hearts that this match is happening at all out.
well, according to sources are saying it's not happening at all out.
They're lying.
Sources are saying Christian Cage most likely will probably be the person.
Christian
And
Cage is going to go with his namesake to rhyme and wrestle at Rampage for that title. He's not going to all out.
so I don't know.
And it's mainly because, of course, what you know. We'll jump to the next segment where Page gets his interview with in the ring, and he calls out the Elite. It's like if he's not getting this match at all out, why are they still pushing this
Why is this
feud?
happening? Yes.
Because like and it's more so to the development itself. I really think this Christian Cage thing is a smokescreen. I think they're still going to have Christian Cage wrestle Kenny Omega, but I don't. I honestly don't think that they're going to end up doing this at
All out.
at All Out. I really think that it's going to be Page and Omega. Because I mean, why wouldn't you do it at this show? This show was going to
Right.
be fucking stacked.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and here's the thing about that as well. Just to continue on with that segment, they jumped all over Hangman, and you had Dark Order come out, but you had Evil Uno and Stu Grayson hold back the rest of the Dark Order, and basically stated that he has to go through this. It's it's what he wants. We can't we can't have his back right now because he doesn't want this. And that's a first. That's a first that you see, because normally you'd see somebody else come out. I mean, you did see somebody else come out, but they wouldn't care normally in these situations. But of course, you had Kazarian come out after Hangman took about, I think, 3 or 4 BTE triggers. So, but they came in, took care of that, but yeah, this whole situation. Yeah, this match has to fucking happen. I don't know when or where they would even pull this off because of the fact that there's no bigger match than it right now. And I think if you wait too long, it's going to it may fizzle out because Hangman is super duper hot right now.
Yeah.
So, but on top of that, I'm just gonna give a little prediction myself. I think we see Adam Cole at All Out.
Oh my God!
Because I kept thinking about it. I'm like, it's going to be in Chicago. We're going to get CM Punk. Everybody's going to expect that. But what now? Just
we're expecting to see CM Punk at a Chicago show.
True, but okay. Even more to my point, because there's a lot of people that's expecting him to be just that All Out, and that's it. But if he does end up at Rampage, at one of the Rampage before that, if I see Punk at that Rampage before All Out, then it's a guarantee that the moment that Punk comes out at All Out, Adam Cole is going to be the surprise right behind him because I think Adam Cole would be the one person to challenge Punk. And that's going to the roof off.
Oh, you don't think Darby would be the one to challenge Punk?
Huh?
You don't think Darby would be the one?
Darby already openly challenged him.
True. But I honestly think that's going to be because I mean it's almost like the whole Mox and Omega situation. You know, I think we do get Darby and Punk, but I think the overall feud might end up being Cole and Punk.
Okay.
Just because it's something that nobody's going to expect. I mean, you may expect to see Cole. I mean, there's going to be a few people that expect to see Cole at All Out, but to have him pretty much debut during like a Punk segment or something like that, the just the complete conflict of interest with the Chicago fans seeing Punk, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, Cole. Crazy. I would lose my shit.
So how does Cole debut if he debuts at All Out?
He finds a way to interrupt Punk because Punk's going to have a segment on his own. If he doesn't have a match on All Out, he's going to have a segment. And the moment he has a segment, Cole comes out.
Now, second question about Cole joining AEW. Does he join the Elite?
Personally, I feel he's established himself so well as on his own person. That's why I slightly disagree with with Lips take. I think Cole debuts and they think he's gonna join the Elite, and then boom, nah, fam.
Ooh. Sorry, fantasy booking it, but he comes out during Omega and Hangman's match, trying to save Hangman, and then turns on him. I mean, not Hangman, but I mean Omega, trying to save Omega, and then turns on him. That would be some shit.
But that can't be part of the finish though.
No,
because the finish has to be Hangman taken out of the One Wing Angel.
Yeah.
Or no, because Jaeger, you might be right. You might be right because after he kicks out of the One Wing Angel, that can be the whole shock thing, and then you'll have the Elite come out, and then you have Cole come out to look like he's about to help, and then all of a sudden cost Kenny the match or the distraction for the buckshot lariat, and then bam.
Yep.
Ooh, kicks out of the One Wing Angel. Cole comes out trying to look like he'll help. Fucks it all up. And then Hangman sets up for buckshot. Boom. 1, 2, 3.
All right, there it is. See, you have it there, people. This is the only place you've gotten this from. If it happens, just know. No. Here. But yeah, from there, we finally get God's favorite champion defending his title yet again. And JR on commentary. Damn JR on commentary. Because they're pushing this whole Miro and CJ shit like just through the roof. Because they said he was blessed with the gift. He said he was blessed. He was blessed with the gifted wife. So I don't know what Lana / CJ has got in her on her person. Yeah. But
I mean, she's a hot, flexible wife.
Double jointed at that.
Hot, double jointed, flexible wife.
And gifted. Yeah.
Tell us how, Miro.
Please do, Redeemer. Um, yeah. I mean, anybody going to this knew that Miro was going to be the victor in this, but I didn't know how much he was going to put over Lee Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Mr. Shoddy got his shot indeed, and he looked good.
Big shotty.
This went a little longer than I expected it to go.
I'll
It
admit it.
did.
Yeah.
I thought so too. That it went longer than I expected.
But at the same time, there were people that were behind Lee Johnson for sure, for sure. So there's definitely nothing wrong with that. He's going to be a star for the future.
Yes.
Um, Not anytime soon because right now Miro's got this whole TNT title
On
picture
lock.
on lock. Like,
And how?
Like I
yeah,
really
because
can't see nobody beating Miro like that.
mm-mm, yeah, because like Eaton, and of course he's completely over. He's gotten himself over. The fact
Mm-hmm.
that everybody chanted "game over" or recited
Mm-hmm.
"game over" the moment that he had said it, it was that's it right there.
Yes.
And just the little nuances that he does, one with him going to the ring, the way that he's been built during the match, the way that he takes offense, which before I even move on, just the way that he took that DDT and he stood up as if nothing phased him, and then had that delayed reaction to it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I love, I love. But his winning pose, the way that he took the title and basically lifted it up like it was a fucking offering.
Yes.
Like the fuck, Miro. Matter of fact, no,
Right.
not the fuck Miro. The fuck WWE. You had all this fucking gold and potential, and you just
Creative ingenuity.
which that's another thing. Thank you, Jaeger, for bringing this shit up because it's funny how all these people are getting released and are fired, and yet I have heard nothing of an individual from creative being fired, let go, nothing.
Nope.
I want to know what they're doing to Vince.
Huh. Creatively, you know what? Let me not get into that. Let me not even go there.
Yeah. You don't want to go there.
Anyways,
Yeah, thanks, Jaeger. Appreciate that.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
um, but we go from this match, and we get the Bunny versus Leila Hirsch, legit Leila Hirsch, and before this, we had Christian basically allude to the fact that Leila Hirsch is going to be accompanied by the best friends.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, of course, he sang a few bars of the Golden Girls theme song, but
Yeah, he did.
um, but from there we get legit Leila Hirsch, who was also over because you had the crowd chanting "too legit,"
Yeah.
and this small ball of intensity that is legit Leila Hirsch had a surprising match with the Bunny because I did not expect this match.
Yes.
I expected it to kind of go real quick and just be kind of done with it, but they gave both of them some time, and by the end of this match, I never once thought this, never once, it never crossed my mind. But I have to say, Layla Hirsch though, for me,
I'm with it. No, I'm with it.
Okay.
that and I already know what Scoot's gonna say as far as who's he's giving his though to, because man, when you think about the size differential,
Oh boy.
because Layla Hirsch was basically competing for a shot, oh, a
An
shot,
eliminator match.
a shot at NWA's Women's Champion Camille. And you just can't say Camille because the name just holds so much weight to it because of the stature that this woman holds. And I mean,
Damn.
thank
Yes.
you. That's the exact word. That's the exact word. And when she got called to go into the ring and stand toe to toe, and I say toe to toe instead of saying face to face with Leila Hirsch, that is a huge discrepancy
This was
in
Leila
size.
Hirsch.
It was. That was. That's the perfect representation of Leila Hirsch.
Yeah, and the fact that once Camille had raised the title above her head, Leila Hirsch would have had to
And
jump
then this was
to
Leila
try to grab
Hirsch.
it.
Mhm. It would have looked like that old State Farm commercial. Oh, you're so close. So
Oh,
close.
you gotta be quicker than
Yeah, be quick.
that.
Oh no.
Yeah,
But Camille, though.
and there it is.
Yo. Camille though.
So I'm pretty sure Camille versus Hirsch is going down at NWA's Empower event. So I'm
Ah.
pretty sure that's when their match is going down because they did say the winner was going to travel to NWA to have that match. So I'm pretty sure it's going to take place on Empower, which is the all ladies pay-per-view.
Which I'm glad that they're still pushing this belt on AEW period.
Yeah.
Because it gives an
Which
alternative.
tonight it's officially announced that Deonna Purrazzo is going to fight Melina at NWA Empower.
Okay. Wait, Melina?
Melina.
Interesting.
That it is.
Does she still do the thing?
I think she did, but Impact's video was too long and I didn't feel like watching it. But apparently she still does the split.
Yeah, the thing.
The thing. And if you don't know what the thing is, you need to go educate yourself.
Educate yourself on Melina.
But we finally got some clarification as to why Jade Cargill wasn't wrestling and now when she's going to be wrestling. And it's funny because I felt when they had this promo, it's almost like they were talking directly to us because we came on here and we were just like, hey, how come she's not in the ring? All this talk, I'm not seeing any action. And sure enough, Mr. Smart Mark himself was like, we know y'all been asking. So we've been busy, but she's going to be in the ring next week on Elevation. So, yeah.
I would have thought it would have been Rampage considering she's in the promo for it.
She might be on both. Who knows?
She could be.
Yeah, the way I see it, I harped on her not being in the ring this whole time, but I think it made the most sense because it's smart booking, keeping her on TV through promos and everything, and then basically finally having her get back in the ring, wrestle a few matches here and there, then start talking about, getting a title, whether it be for NWA or AEW's, which of course I'm still thinking that she should probably go for NWA at the moment because Brit Baker has this fucking title on lock, and I'm pretty sure she will, throughout the next year. So
I mean, Cargill and Camille would be interesting to see.
Exactly.
You know what, guys? I'll say it. Jade Cargill, though.
Indeed.
Cargill.
Indeed.
That 7-8 blows has been thrown at this episode. I'm pretty sure y'all want to retroactively give the bunny one, but I can't.
It was up here.
Give the bunny one. So,
you know what? For performance value alone and how she's developed, like even since like before AEW, yeah. I mean, I felt like it was a given to say it, but I'll say it anyway. The bunny, though.
It's because the look that she gives every match. For those of you who don't know, get in the know because I'm not finna go over it here. There's no
No,
need.
we're not.
You'll know it when you see it because it's the same one every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah. But but the bunny though, the bunny though.
I would give you your though, but you with Matt Hardy in his stable, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. Nobody's mad at you, Scoop,
It's all right.
except Matt Hardy.
That's fine.
He-
I'm not on.
look,
I'm not a blimp on that man's radar. That is fine.
all right, well don't be a blip on his wife's radar though. She come after any and everybody.
You got four
Ignore it.
kids. She got four kids for a reason.
That is true too. So I mean, she can get these bars too.
Yes, bars, lyrics.
She's
I
Words.
mean,
done.
I
She's
mean, I mean, they won't be like Max Caster's recent lyrics. Who
Ooh.
my man's is taking mad flack for those lyrics, but
which,
I
and
will.
I'll go ahead and say I don't know why. Which you know what? Before we get into, I don't want to get into this, but fuck it, I will. There's a lot of people that's defending the fact that a lot of basically how soft everybody's gotten, and
Mm.
so they're saying that he should be crucified for this. Look, you
For
can't
what?
sit
The bars
here.
he dropped in show on
yeah,
Yeah,
Julia Hart?
no, not the
no,
Julia
no.
Hart thing. The was it Duke Lacrosse and the Duke Lacrosse bar.
It
That
was, yeah, it was the reference to
specific.
like the sexual assault allegations during the
Yeah,
Olympics, stuff like that.
That
that's the
stuff.
one. Not the Julia Hart thing. It's the Duke Lacrosse thing that they're talking about.
Is that
Yeah,
why I
and
didn't see their entrance on Elevation?
yeah,
Yeah,
they cut it out. Yeah,
they cut it. Yeah, because apparently Tony Khan recently came out and said something about it too. And apparently, I
What?
guess, yeah, apparently, I guess Tony Khan wasn't too happy on it too.
Man, he has said some fringe level shit for a minute.
but see, here's the
How
Right?
you
thing.
gonna hold on? I don't want to cut
Go
you
go
off,
ahead, go
but
ahead. No, no, you go.
how you gonna let him say that that the Varsity Blondes Eiffel Tower Julia Hart, but you can't let him. All right, whatever.
I guess it's the fact that he's referencing to a.
Something that's actually happened.
Well, apparently the case turned out to be false anyway,
Well then,
but I guess it's the fact. And once again, to anybody out there, I do not want you to get offended at all, at all. But in 2021, some of the things that are offending you in 2021 is damn near child's play that was in like the early 2000s.
yes.
Early 2000s, early 90s, 80s.
Early,
Look,
yeah, like some of the things that are like legit offending y'all. Like I said, I can understand referencing a sexual assault case. That's
Yeah,
whatever.
that'd be a
But some
no-no.
of the things y'all really do get up in arms about, oh boy, y'all would not be happy to live in the 90s or early
Mm-hmm.
2000s or the 80s or 70s because some of the things that was on TV, some of the movies, some of the comedians, the music,
Mm-hmm.
y'all would be just fucking going insane if y'all was hearing some of those things then. And because I mean, even the things Max Caster said, I mean, granted, he referenced the case, but you would have had to like research that to know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And my thing is this. I mean, on two accounts. One, you have the fact of him playing a character. This isn't who he is in real life. I'm sure.
Mhm.
So just like you would have a are a pissed, on a show or movie, that doesn't mean that that's who they are in person. If you have like a Norman Bates, in a movie or a TV show, that doesn't mean that's who they are in
Exactly.
person. They're playing
Exactly.
a
Exactly.
role, just like Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who basically continues his whole kayfabe escapades through and through.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So that's just one side. On top of that, let's take the character of Max Caster. He comes out dropping bars on people. Like what? Like
Yes.
a battle rapper. So if that's
Yes.
if that's the idea that you're taking with this character, battle rappers are the most insensitive, diabolical bar laying people. There is
Mm-hmm.
no holds bars in battle rap. For those of you who actually watch battle rap, nobody says, "Oh shit, you said that. Oh, we got to fight now." There've been a few sensitive people, but for the most part, they don't give a damn what happens because they're trying to get not only shock value, they're trying to make you submit to them. To be like, you know
Mm-hmm.
what? I'm gonna make you mess up when it's your 3 minutes. Period. So
Mm-hmm.
if that's the character he's portraying, then by design, he's gonna be the most offensive person. So
Exactly.
this
I
this
just
is
hope it doesn't
why,
affect them, like affect their push or run or whatever,
yeah,
because people are sensitive.
yeah, that's why I'm just like, yeah, whatever, man. I just
Whatever, indeed.
stop being sensitive, people. And I'm just talking, just like Scoot said, I'm just coming off of how on what I grew up on. So none of this stuff really phases me. I hear it and I'm just like, all right, why? Okay, whatever. But anyway,
Yeah.
on to this very quick main event: Malachi Black versus Cody Rhodes. And again, they continued this whole like heaven and hell aspect, like this feud was that big, um, and it really wasn't. It was, I think, a month at best as far as like the feud goes, and even
Like
that
two,
shit was
three
like
weeks,
lackluster.
like three, what,
So
maybe, yeah, 3 weeks.
yeah, it just this whole yeah, it's just But the payoff for the match made sense. I could have done without a few spots, but for the most part, they did right.
Yes,
Malachi Black went over,
yes.
um, and Penn the the good thing about this is the best way that they did this too, is because he didn't get beat like he got demolished by Brody Lee. He got beat and then he got pinned very cockily.
Oh my God, that pin, he,
Right.
that pin, he just walked over there and just was like, count this shit.
He
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 ain't
he
getting
kept
up. He's
he
like, he not
Captain
getting up.
Morgan. He Captain Morgan Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, and this would have been fine. The reason that I'm not going into this whole thing with the match because it wasn't that much of a match. Cody got kicked off the turnbuckle into the bell
Announce
t-
table.
Mm-hmm.
What was that
yeah,
announce table?
the bell keepers
Yeah.
table, and then came back in and then got flushed with well, it's not a black mass anymore, with whatever kick he's calling it now.
Whatever it's on it, yeah.
But from yeah, and that's where it should have been. That's where it should have been, but it didn't. And this is where I kind of got pissed off. And I'm pretty sure Scoot, this is where you got pissed off of what you were talking about.
Damn, did I get pissed? My brother and I was discussing this shit earlier. Cause he was like, did Cody retire? I said, no. Well, we don't
Mm.
know. But god damn it, is he dramatic? You take a
Yeah.
L. Granted, you take a L in convincing fashion, but this is gonna make you retire. Like, this is the thing that's like, hey guys, I'm gonna give this emotional speech and I'm gonna do this and do that. And it was like, this was so not needed.
Mm-mm.
This was so not needed. Like, this was one of those like, why? You ruined it, Cody. You should have just took the damn spinning kick and been just dead to the world. Or if you was going to get up and make another speech, then you could have just took another one. But for you to give this such emotional Mark Henry-esque speech, it's like, all right, fam.
Yeah. Uh, and the bad thing about it with this is that even after he gave his speech, you still had Malachi Black come out and hit him with the crutch and lay him out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like they tried to save face with this to end off on that note. But
Right.
the problem is what happened after that, because even the rumors behind it for the people that were there said that he ended up taking off his boots, laying them in the ring, and then bowing to the crowd. So it's like you still didn't finish with Malachi Black being on top or anything like that. Like you basically finished with the same fucking thing. So my like it it's ridiculous because
Anger is real.
yeah, my thing could have been like I was fine with his whole speech, but the timing was wrong. I would have rather you get beat and then come in next week to then do this, because then that would have made more sense for you to have this happen and then have Malachi Black maybe take you out and then you go off, because to me this is a ploy for Cody to come back as a face even more so rather than come back as a heel, because he's just trying to for like basically keep the fans on his side. So the whole absence make the heart go fonder thing. You're gonna go and record the stuff you got to record for the was it the Going Big show? Is that what it's called?
Go big.
The Go
Go
Big
big
show.
show.
And and then from there come back and have this whole praise, because he's already gone on record to say he's not turning heel.
Yeah,
So
which is fine. I mean,
yeah, that's
it's
fine.
whatever.
But yeah, just and I was gonna come on here because after seeing that match, I was like, I was gonna come on here even after that match had ended. I was like, I can come on here and defend him. You know, especially when we talk about the whole nepotism thing, he's still putting people over. But the fact that you put somebody over just so that way you can kind of have like the lasting effect, so that way
Mm-hmm.
you take away from the way somebody won, because now everybody, just like now, we're not even talking about Malachi Black beating down Cody. We're talking about Cody taking the spotlight from that.
Mm-hmm. And that's
So
literally what happened. Him trying to take the spotlight.
yeah. So I don't but that's how that shit went off the air with
Mm-hmm.
him being laid out, even though that's not how it ended though.
It
So
was just one of those like, it's like it was
but
like you couldn't just leave well enough alone. You had to, you know, get your moment. You couldn't just let
yeah,
Malachi have it. You had to get your moment.
It was really
but
funny that, like, who's gonna believe you're gonna try and hang up the boots?
nobody.
All
Like,
At
because
least
you
you
lost the match.
got you got one boot off. I'm like, there's no way. Like, here comes Black. Here comes somebody. Like, there's no way that Cody, for some reason, is able to just say, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna stop wrestling now."
yeah, yeah.
He
But
got.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, go on. It's fine.
No, I was gonna say shout out to Malachi Black's entrance because it was dope.
Yes,
Ooh, that was dope.
yes.
Dope shit indeed. But yeah, being that that's AEW Dynamite in a fucking nutshell.
Mm.
Shoot, you got any final thoughts on Dynamite, or the Homecoming rather?
We didn't discuss it, but shouts out to FTR and Pride and Powerful. Another great promo.
Oh
Um,
yes,
Oh
but
yeah.
seeing whatchamacallit's arm though, sheesh. Uh, what else I want to give a shout out to? Good show. I mean, definitely better than their counterparts. I know we hate comparing, but definitely better than the counterparts. I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
I just wished Cody would have just let Malachi have his moment, like he let Brody have his moment. I wish he would just let Malachi had his moment, and that would have been a great debut on his end. But Cody's
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
Cody. But other than that, that was really it. What
indeed.
you got for him, Jaeger?
It's cool to see some variants make their way over to NX. I mean AEW.
Right.
Hopefully they have a bright future ahead of them. They are free agents right now, so hey, whoever can snag them and keep them will surely prosper at least for a good while.
They will. They'll prosper.
Mhm.
Yeah. With that, my final thoughts is, you know, I'm cool with being a 2.0 bro. You know, because I can't say no to 2.0. Period.
Oh
So,
my God.
It's gonna
Scoot,
come around and bite them. I know it.
Scoot, let these people know where they can find you.
Uh, uh, you can find me where they get pruned it because obviously I am losing it.
It's in the crawl,
Oligoth,
man, down there.
Oligoth, take me away. Like I am, I am lost at the fact with this whole 2.0, bro, and you can't say no to 2.0. This is really just fucking with my mental right now.
Oh, lights went
But
orange.
like, like I think I fell off the scooticle because of
Oh
this.
damn.
Like this
That's a
is
long fall, man.
it is a long fall. Like I don't know what is happening right now. I honestly think Dizzle got replaced with a variant, and we and he just don't know yet. But I
Nah.
mean, it's been at the bottom of where you can find me. Of course, the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas on the same platforms in Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Anchor. You know, check out the supersized episode of Ninja Banter featuring these two gentlemen here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got a chance to merge Tag and the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas into one group and did a podcast together. But other than that, I am befuddled, bewaffled, bewildered, and all of the above with this 2.0 shit. Like I am lost, y'all. I am lost.
Fair enough. Jaeger, where can the ladies, especially
Mm.
Red Velvet, find you?
Well, Red Velvet can email me directly at cakelever@gmail.com.
Hey,
Hmm.
Um, you know what, ladies? If since I just gave it out, just feel free to send me some emails there too. Um, I'm not sure on where I want this elite picture to go, especially now that we're in this limbo of what the hell's going to happen with Hangman. Like, will we, won't we get that match by All Out? If not, by Full Gear?
mm-hmm.
Knowing AEW, they're playing either the short game or the long game with this.
Mhm.
Other than that, plenty of stuff set up for the upcoming pay-per-view. We'll only see where it goes.
Yes, we will.
Hell yizzle.
All right, Lil Dizzle, what can these
Mr.
people?
Deasley.
Well, hold on. I don't know if variants have social medias and things, so
I don't know if they do either because this is the real deal.
uh,
Which of course I can
Variant
share with
talk.
all of you if you need that proof of the pudding positivity
Ooh,
from the old natural lip dizal. You can check it on Lifestyle One Up Daily Dose Monday through Friday. Get your morning started right on, of course, all your podcast listening platforms, and of course, IGs, Twitters, TikTok. I say TikTok, TikToks, and of course the upcoming YouTube for Lifestyle One Up, and of course for the shooting the shit for Lip Dizzle, IG, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all that good shit. Hit your boy up, get the stupid shit going, and I'm not a variant. So, but again, like we always say, whether you loved it, hate it, don't forget to rate it. Comment down below, hit that
oh yeah.
bell for notifications and all that good shit. And as always, mother effing subscribe. But I give it too sweet to my bros.
Bada
Bada
boom.
bada 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 boom. And as always, until next time, you beautiful mother effers, tag the fuck it.